What if in a time frame, you know, when people say you're crazy or they say there's something crazy about you, but what if in that same time frame, that's the moment that you need to pay attention and see that you're not crazy? That's the hard part, right? You're not even close. Not even close. You know what it is? Yeah, this is insane, dude. You know what it is? The look of this, right? Just pretty crazy. Crazy thoughts could go on just from the look of this, right? This shape right here, this is why I was going at this. The shape right here. Oh my gosh, if I back away, do we get a little bit? Yeah, so you can feel a little bit of a shape to that, right? But you know what's actually creepy too about this? There's so many creepy things about this thing. Is it always wants you to kind of feel like a little thing of this, right? So it wants you to feel like a little thing of this, which is not a bad thing to feel. It wants you to make you feel like that. But what's creepy is when a game developer shows you that they got something else, right? They got something else, and you think they don't got something else, but they do. They have something else. It makes sense because they're showing it to you twice to try and show to you, this is the thing I look for too. I look for this stuff. I really do. I look so much for this stuff because 3 times, it literally looks like they're showing it to you 3 times. I'll show you what I mean. 1, 2, right? 1, 2. The third one's kind of hard to see. Give me a minute. Oh, yeah, 3. Seen it 3 times, right? Gee, right? Seen that 3 times. It's pretty nuts. Also a top half is kind of always nuts too. Especially since we got other characters with top halves, right? So that doesn't really help us out too much. That doesn't help us out that characters have these little top half designs, right? That does not help at all. So, in conclusion to all this creepy stuff, right? Because this is pretty creepy. See, this is just creepy. You know what? I don't even like the creepy idea right here. Because would that be our 4th one? Sure, we could say that's our 4th one, right? But we also could say that's pretty creepy about this. It's just the shape of this. Isn't the shape of this way too creepy? Of course it is. That shape is way too creepy. And we're here trying to pretend to ourselves. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We're pretending to ourselves that's not creepy. That's our problem. We're pretending to ourselves like that ain't creepy. But really, it's creepy. It's pretty dang creepy. What would another secret to a video game 2 mean? What would it mean to a video game, to add another secret on top of its secrets, to add another secret? What would that mean, right? That's something I always think about. Do you know why I always think about that? I think about that just because I get like, woohoo, I got a little reward trophy. You know what I'm saying? Woohoo, I got a little reward trophy for my Xenoblade X stuff, which is I enjoy it. I love it. But it's like a woohoo kind of moment. Do you know why I mean it's a woohoo kind of moment? This right here, it just doesn't feel right. The bent, all the stuff, behind the bent of it, it does not feel right at all. It feels like the power of graphic textures. That's another thing too. It feels like the power of the textures of graphics in video games and all that. It feels like when they do the textures of graphic, they really have like just a crazy momentum. You know what I'm saying? Just a crazy momentum of being like, we know how people think. They're going to want new textures to their games, right? Now, I'll tell you something too. This is why I'm telling you, creepy is very hard to understand, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you that creepy is just weird. It is just weird. I I don't really get what's going on sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I know it kind of sucks sometimes. Sometimes it just kind of sucks because it's just so creepy. But you know, it's a creepy spot to think about, and why we should think about a spot like this is like, it doesn't matter the size. Get what I'm saying? It does not matter the size. Okay, that's the point of, because we have an idea of warped here. Isn't that crazy? In all this, we have an idea of warped. We have an idea of a creature. You know what? We also have an idea in just this stupid frame, because this frame is so creepy, has way too many creepy ideas. We have the idea of a face. We do. We have the idea of a face. Now, if you've been with a female or a male, and see, this is a video game. See, that's what I'm trying to say. This is a video game. But you know what I'm saying? Have you been with a female? Have you been with a male? Have you ever had some interesting moments? Yeah, you've had some interesting moments, haven't you? Yes, you have. This is an example of creepy, dude. This is an exact, you know, it gets me to see when I start thinking too. It gets me to see this little bump right here. I hate to think that this bump and this bump is something important. Get what I mean? I hate to think that that's really important. And you know what? It kind of feels important. That's a point. That's a point of it. It's the point of thinking, you know, and thinking again, and then thinking again, and then thinking again. But yes, I'm gonna tell you something. I've kept on showing you this angle. You know what I'm saying? I've kept on showing you this angle. The reason, it has a warp there too. It's so creepy. I just can't even imagine that that's like a warp right there. See what I'm saying? I cannot even imagine that's a warp. That's how creepy it is. Now, I love warps. That's the only reason I've probably gotten to this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I love warps. And I love this. I love the good stuff, because the good stuff is like, if you're to put, like, normally, if you're to take warp and you're to put it into somebody's face, right? They would be a little critical, or they'd review it. They'd review it, or they'd be a little critical about it, right? They'd be a little tiny critical. I'm creeped out. See, I can't itch this. That's what's creeping me out. This right here, I can't itch this. I want to itch that away, but I cannot itch this away. I'm creeped out. I'm very creeped out by this one. I already know what this one's about. Creeped out by, you know what I'm creeped about? Not just looking at it close, but when you look about it from far away, it looks like a pair of legs running. So yeah, I have an actual idea behind, like, man, this is pretty creepy.